Ali Khamenei, The Silent Power of the East. Part 1. Introduction and the English Parchment Method. Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Parchment. This is your favorite place to master the English language through the most fascinating stories of history and the modern world. Today we are looking at a man who has stayed in the shadows for decades, yet his decisions affect the entire planet. Before we start, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to English Parchment. Your support is what allows us to create these long, detailed lessons for you. Today we are using the Contextual Growth technique. 1. Listen for keywords. Don't worry if you don't know every word. Listen for power, religion, revolution, and conflict. Your brain will learn these words naturally through the story. 2. Read aloud. If you can, pause the video and read the paragraphs out loud. This is how you build muscle memory in your mouth for English sounds. 3. The 2,200 word challenge. This is a long story. To reach a B1 level, you need to be able to follow a narrative for 20 minutes. Stay focused. Who is Ali Khamenei? Most people see him only as a man in a black turban and a grey beard on the news. But behind that image is a story of a young poet who spent years in prison, a survivor of a bomb attack that paralyzed his arm, and a leader who has ruled Iran since 1989. But most importantly, where is he now? After the massive events of Operation Epic Fury just yesterday, the world is asking if the era of the supreme leader has finally come to an end. Stay with us until the end of this English Parchment special to understand the man who changed the Middle East forever. Part 2. The Boy from Mashhad. Our story begins in April 1939 in the holy city of Mashhad, Iran. Ali Khamenei was born into a very religious and very poor family. His father was a teacher of religion, and the family lived in a tiny house with only one room. Growing up, Ali was not surrounded by luxury. He once said that his family sometimes went to sleep hungry, but while they lacked money, they had books. Ali was a brilliant student. He followed his father's footsteps and began studying Islamic law and philosophy at a very young age. He wasn't just interested in religion, though. Young Ali loved Persian poetry and literature. This is a side of him that many people in the West don't know. He spent hours in libraries, learning about the history of his people and the power of words. But in the 1950s and 60s, Iran was changing. The country was ruled by the Shah, the king, who wanted to make Iran more like Europe. For a religious student like Ali, this was a threat to his way of life. Part 3. The Student and the Revolutionary. In 1958, Ali moved to the city of Qom, the heart of religious learning in Iran. It was there that he met the man who would change his life, Ayatollah Khamenei. Khomeini was a charismatic and angry teacher. He preached against the Shah, calling him a puppet of the United States. Ali Khamenei became one of Khomeini's most loyal students. He didn't just study books anymore. He started organizing protests. Because of this, Ali became a target for the Savak, the Shah's secret police. Between 1964 and 1978, he was arrested 6 times. He spent years in dark prison cells, where he was often treated very badly. But every time he was released, he went right back to the revolution. These years in prison made him tough. They also made him a hero among the religious people of Iran. He wasn't just a teacher, he was a soldier for his faith. Part 4. The 1979 Revolution and the Tape Recorder. In 1979, the impossible happened. The Shah fled the country, and the Islamic Revolution won. Ayatollah Khamenei returned from exile as the supreme leader, and Ali Khamenei was right by his side. The new government was chaotic. There were many groups fighting for power. Khamenei was given important jobs. He became the Friday prayer leader in Tehran and a commander in the Revolutionary Guard. Then, in June 1981, something happened that changed his physical life forever. While he was giving a speech in a mosque, a bomb hidden inside a tape recorder exploded right in front of him. He survived, but his right arm was permanently paralyzed. If you watch videos of him today on English Parchment, you will notice he almost never moves his right arm. He wears this injury like a badge of honor, a symbol of his sacrifice for the revolution. Part 5. The President and the War. Shortly after the bomb attack, Khamenei was elected President of Iran. He served during one of the most difficult times in the country's history, the Iran-Iraq War. For 8 years, Iran fought a bloody war against Saddam Hussein. During this time, Khamenei learned how to lead a nation in crisis. He learned how to manage a military and how to talk to the people. He was the face of the country, while Khomeini was the soul. However, many people thought Khamenei was just a temporary leader. He wasn't the highest-ranking religious scholar, but in politics, loyalty is often more important than rank. Part 6. Becoming the Supreme Leader, 1989. In June 1989, Ayatollah Khamenei died. The world watched with fear. Would Iran collapse? Who could replace the great leader? The Council of Experts met in secret. Many expected a more famous scholar to take over. But through a series of political moves, Ali Khamenei was chosen. He was promoted to the rank of Ayatollah almost overnight. He became the supreme leader. In Iran, this is not like being a president. The supreme leader is the commander of the military, the head of the courts, and the ultimate voice in religion. He does not answer to voters. He answers only to God. For the next 30-plus years, Khamenei would hold this absolute power, outlasting several American presidents and world leaders. Part 7. The Era of Shadow and Conflict. As supreme leader, Khamenei's goal was clear: survival. He wanted to protect the Islamic Revolution from the Great Satan, the United States, and the Zionist entity, Israel. Under his rule, Iran built a massive network of influence. They supported groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. This is what historians call the axis of resistance. Khamenei believed that by fighting his enemies far away from Iran's borders, he could keep Iran safe. But this came at a high price. The United States and Europe put heavy sanctions on Iran, especially because of Iran's nuclear program. The Iranian economy suffered, and many young people began to protest. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, Khamenei dealt with these protests with a heavy hand, using the military to keep order. He remained silent and cold, rarely giving interviews. and speaking mostly through official speeches where he predicted the inevitable fall of his enemies. Part 8. The Return of Trump and the Crisis of 2025. By 2025, the pressure on Khamenei reached a breaking point. As we discussed in our previous video on English Parchment, the return of Donald Trump to the White House changed the rules of the game. Trump's second term brought a maximum pressure 2.0 strategy. The sanctions became so strong that Iran struggled to sell even a single barrel of oil. Internal protests in Iran grew louder, with people demanding more freedom and a better economy. Khamenei, now in his mid-80s, faced the greatest challenge of his long career. He had to choose: negotiate with his greatest enemy, or fight a war that could destroy his legacy. Part 9. Operation Epic Fury, March 2026. This brings us to the events of the last 48 hours. As of today, March 2nd, 2026, the world is in shock. Following months of tension, the United States and Israel launched Operation Epic Fury. Yesterday, March 1st, massive airstrikes hit strategic targets across Iran. The reports are still coming in, but the primary target was the leadership structure in Tehran. According to international news sources, the palace and the underground bunkers of the supreme leader were hit by high-precision weapons. There are many rumors on the internet right now. Some say that Ali Khamenei has been killed in the strikes. Others say he has fled to a secret location in the mountains. The Iranian state media has not shown a live video of the leader since the operation began. This silence is causing panic and confusion. Is this the end of the 37-year rule of the second supreme leader? Part 10. The Legacy of a Revolutionary. Regardless of what the next few days reveal, the legacy of Ali Khamenei is massive. He was a man who took a bankrupt, war-torn country and made it a regional superpower with a nuclear program that terrified the world. He was a poet who became a dictator. He was a survivor of bombs who built a world of missiles. To his supporters, he was a living saint who stood up to Western imperialism. To his critics, he was a tyrant who stole the future of several generations of Iranians. His story is a reminder of how much power one person can hold and how quickly that power can be challenged by the forces of history. Part 11. Conclusion and Discussion. Thank you for joining us for this intense chapter of history here on English Parchment. We know that topics like this can be difficult, but understanding the world's leaders is a vital part of your education as a global citizen and an English learner. If you made it through this 20-minute journey, you have done an incredible job with your English practice today. Your vocabulary is growing, and your understanding of world events is deeper than ever. Now, I want to hear from you. Based on what you've learned today, how do you think the history books will describe Ali Khamenei in 50 years? Try to write your answer in English in the comments below. It's the perfect way to use the words we practiced today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to English Parchment so you never miss a story. We will continue to follow the news of Operation Epic Fury and bring you more biographies of the people who shape our world. Keep learning, keep reading, and stay curious. See you in the next video with English Parchment. Goodbye.